Happy Tuesday, Joe. This is Pocket with Joe. I apologize for yesterday. I do not know what was happening. Every time I clicked go live on my cast here, it denied me. I'm not sure. I cleared up my computer, did a couple things. We're back here live today. Only 2 games to talk about today. I tell you, yesterday, nice money with that Devils team total. We've been hitting it how many times now, you guys? It keeps cashing in. So I hope you guys saw that on my Twitter, caught it on Edgeworks, the podcast that I was on in the morning, because that was definitely easy money. We got a couple other nice wins, or I did. Wish you guys got them with me. I hope you guys took Vegas yesterday. They got a nice win. 2 games on the board though today. We're going to get back to winning here on Pocket with Joe. I want to say a big shout out to everyone that's here. Sorry I didn't kick off at the bottom of the hour. I was on a meeting that just went longer than expected. You guys, I'm so happy to be back here on Pocket with Joe. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. 2 games today, tons of games tomorrow. I think I might have to pick and choose because I want to give you some player props and everything like that. But we will be back here tomorrow with some more at 3:30 Eastern. Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. This game kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Anderson expected for the Buffalo Sabres. He's coming in here with a 2.82 goals against average at 0.910 save percentage. And Jake Allen expected for the Montreal Canadiens. He's 6-6 on the season with a 3.33 goals against average and a 0.988 save percentage. Now, Montreal coming in as the favorite here at home. I actually just want to make sure these lines haven't updated since the last time I looked, you guys, because I've been in this meeting for the last hour here. Montreal now minus 114. I had them minus 118 earlier, minus 105 for the Buffalo Sabres. And this total has sat solid at 6.5, which I'm happy to hear. I do like this over today. Now, I know Anderson has been strong for the Buffalo Sabres, but we have seen the Sabres allowing 3.67 goals per game and 31.4 shots on goal. We know Montreal has been firing these shots. They've been averaging 3.06 goals per game and 30.8 shots on goal. They're off a nice win over the Flyers. That one came in shootout. They were able to get that 5th goal in the shootout win there. Now they've scored 4 or more goals in 6 out of their last 10 games. I do expect them to come in here firing, but I also expect this Buffalo Sabres team to come in firing. We know the Buffalo Sabres have not been winning at all. They have not won one of their last 8 games. They haven't covered the puck line in those games either. They are 7-11 on the season. That's always a fun number. 3-5 on the road. 7-11 on that puck line and 3-5 on that puck line on the road. While I would love to see them get the upset win here, I just can't put my money on the Buffalo Sabres again. We were riding them versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. I expected them to keep that one tight. Strong trends towards them beating the Toronto Maple Leafs. Unable to do it on Saturday night. They lost that one 5-2. This is their last game of a road trip. They have the Blues on deck at home in their next game. I can't hit them here at plus 1.5 on that puck line because there's no value. I can't take them straight up. I'm not willing to put some more money on them. They're 2-5 in their last 7 meetings in Montreal too. But that being said, I'm not sure I can trust Montreal to get the win either. Now, they did win the last matchup between these two. It was a lower scoring one. It was a 3-2 win for the Montreal Canadiens. That was just on October 27th. I think a great way to take this is to prop bet this game. If you guys saw my Cup of Joe, I love Tag Thompson of the Buffalo Sabres today for that anytime goal. It's at plus 136. I looked at his shots on goal, way too highly juiced. I think over 3.5 was almost minus 170. Again, you guys go shop those lines over at Betstamp. Use referral Madden. Great way to go with that. So when we look at Tag Thompson, he has played 18 games so far this season. He already has 12 goals. He's had 84 shots on goal. He is playing a phenomenal hockey. And the offensive side of the Sabres is playing strong. They're averaging 3.44 goals per game. That is not what's letting them down. It's the defense here. The defense is allowing an average of 3.67, 31.4 shots on goal. So Look for the Sabres to get their share of goals, especially on Jake Anderson expected. Let's see if we've got any goalie props coming up in this, because again, I haven't had a chance to check this in the last hour and we didn't have anything up. Now, Jake Allen and Greg Anderson are confirmed now because we do have these goalie props up. Anderson's coming in at the over 27.5 at -122. And Jake Allen is coming in at 29.5 at -106 to that over. Let's just look at those shots on goal again and see if we can get any value here. Who did I write down first? This is Anderson. So Anderson's coming in at 27.5 save shots on goal. Now we know his save percentage is 0.910. He has allowed that 2.82. Now, Montreal is averaging 33.2 shots on goal, and the Buffalo Sabres are allowing 31.4. Sorry, Montreal is averaging 30.8. I do think in this matchup, Montreal will have more shots on goal, but I think this number for Anderson is a little low. And I think they probably go over this one. The 29.5, though, for Jake Allen might make a little bit more sense here. We're paying less juice at -106. We know the Sabres are getting these shots. I really do think Tag Thompson gets a goal or two in this one. I do think this is a higher scoring game. I'm probably going to stay off these goalie props. I'm going to look at the next one for goalie props because these numbers are looking really tight. So I'm going to pass on those, but I do like Tag Thompson here for that anytime goal. I'm going to look at Nick Suzuki too. Of the Montreal Canadiens, I like his shots on goal today to go over 2.5. We're getting great plus money at +134. Now, he has been limited in the last couple games. He hasn't been getting these shots on goal, but I think he's due. He's got 11 goals and 40 shots on goal in 18 games. So he's just averaging over those 2 shots per game. Over 2.5 at +134 just screams value. If you believe he can get an anytime goal today, so much value at +176. And I do think it is a solid way to go. So I'm going to hit all 3 of those props there. And I'm going to take the over 6.5. We look at the last 10 meetings between these two teams. And in those last 10 meetings, Buffalo's averaged 3.5 goals per game and Montreal's averaged 3.3. These two teams do normally play high-scoring games. The last one did fall at 5, with Montreal winning in a 3-2 win. But these offenses are playing solid, and the defenses really aren't showing up. So I've got to take the over 6.5. I think that's the best bet in this game. The next game on the board and the last game on the board, you guys. Again, you're watching Puck It with Joe. You got Tag Thompson at +130. I absolutely love it. Congratulations on that. Tag Thompson should have a great day, Joe. The next game on the board, we have the New York Rangers taking on the LA Kings. Now, the LA Kings hurt me last week when they lost to the Canucks. I believe that was Friday night. We only had that one game on the board. Then they lost to the Seattle Kraken on the weekend on Saturday. We expected that one. That was a 3-2 loss to the Seattle Kraken. Now, their defense has been playing solid. This is a solid team, though. We look at a lot of these losses coming in as of late. They're 11-8-2 on the season, 2-3 at home, 12-9 on that puck line, and 4-5 at home on the puck line. Facing the New York Rangers, both teams coming in here. Let me just make sure we've got no changes on this. We have got a large swing. -110 was for both sides earlier this morning. We're now seeing the New York Rangers at -126 with money coming in on them, plus a 105 for the LA Kings. This total sitting solid at 6. Now, when I look at this, Igor was expected. I want to look at this and make sure that we don't have any changes here. So just let me pull this up. As I look at my phone, I remember I forgot to go live on TikTok today. So that is okay. Cal Peterson now expected and not Jonathan Quick. So with Cal Peterson coming in here for the LA Kings, he's got a 3.49 goals against average. He's 5-2-1 on the season with a .880 save percentage. To be honest with you guys, I really like Jonathan Quick, but I do think Cal Peterson is a strong backup goalie. Igor Shesterkin, though, is such a difference maker here for the New York Rangers. He's 9-2-3 on the season with a 2.34 goals against average. With these changes, with New York coming in here, I still have to look at the LA Kings. I don't like how we've seen the New York Rangers play in Los Angeles. They're 0-4 in the last 4 meetings in LA. This is one of those situations where I know right now that New York rolling in here with Igor has such an advantage. But we've got to look at those trends that happen. That's what got me the other week when I didn't look at LA rolling in to Vancouver. I believed that LA was a better team on paper, which they were, and should come out and get that win. They lost that one. I believe it was 5-1 to the Vancouver Canucks. I think this is another situation. And the LA Kings, while they have seen some losses, they've been keeping these games tight, except for that last one. They went to OT with the Seattle Kraken. They're home in this one. They're back on the road not till Friday versus the Sharks. And that's only a 1-game road trip. So that's something to look at. That might be a bad situation for them. But the home ice has been strong between these two, going 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. The Rangers not able to really beat these winning record teams. They've gone 2-8 in their last 10 versus winning record teams. I think the strongest way to take this game is to take the LA Kings, especially now we're getting a bit of plus money. I'm also going to hit the under 6. The unders hit in their last 4 meetings. I think this is a good place to take an under here. We know the defense of the Kings really has been playing phenomenal. I know Cal Peterson expected now, not Jonathan Quick. But at the end of the day, these goalies really do have really similar records. Jonathan Quick rolling in here at 3.15, and I believe Cal Peterson is 3.42. So very similar goals against averages. We saw the last game that the New York Rangers won. It was over the Sharks, you guys. They only won that 2-1. They didn't blow out the San Jose Sharks. This is their 3rd game in a 4-game road trip here. They have the Ducks on deck tomorrow. I think this is a nice spot to take the home dog here with some plus money and the under. Both of these teams, the Kings, so good at limiting those shots on goal, holding opponents to 29.4, and the LA Rangers limiting those goals at 2.68 and 28.2 shots on goal per game, defensively allowing. So you guys, I'm going to roll with the Kings here. I got to roll with the under in this game. So just to recap, these 2 games, you guys, between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens, I love the over 6.5. I think that's the strongest way to go. Tag Thompson for that anytime goal at plus 136. And then Nick Suzuki, shots on goal over 2.5 at plus 134. He's with the Montreal Canadiens. And for that anytime goal at plus 176. I love all 3 of those bets there. I really can't stand behind the Montreal Canadiens at minus 18-ish here. I don't think there's enough value for me to have faith in the Montreal Canadiens, who are 9-8-1 on the season, 6-4 at home, against the Buffalo Sabres team, who is due, as they will say. I hate that term. The Buffalo Sabres are strong offensively. If their defense can show up, these 2 teams have very similar defenses. Craig Anderson is the Greg Anderson. I can never say Craig and Greg right. Craig Anderson is a better goalie in here. So the Buffalo Sabres ultimately probably should win this game. But right now, they're on a huge losing streak. This is the last game of a road trip. I don't want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. If you want to take a side, I'd 100% hit the Buffalo Sabres over the Montreal Canadiens, because I do think there's more value there. Between the New York Rangers and the LA Kings, you guys have got to go with the home team, even with Cal Peterson expected now, not Jonathan Quick. At that little bit of plus money for a strong defensive team in a game that I think is going to be lower scoring, I've got to hit them there, and I'm going to hit the under 6. You guys, thanks for joining me here on Puck It with Joe. We will be back here tomorrow. I want to thank you guys all for joining me. I'm just seeing the comments come in. We are back up and running. So sorry about yesterday. I really apologize. I don't even know what it was. I have a Mac, and this is the only thing I have that's a Mac I think it was me and Mac not working well together. So you guys, make sure below this video, you drop the bets that you're liking today. I want to celebrate you guys, what you're winning, on what you're parlaying, what you've got going on. If I was going to parlay anything, it would be the over for the first game and tag Thompson. I don't know. I don't really, is only 2 games on here. No parlays for me in this one. But you guys, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps me a lot. You guys have a great day. Keep smiling and let's make some freaking money today.